What if the very fabric of our shared reality, the objects you see, the events you experience, were held together by an invisible, constant communication happening beneath the surface of physical perception? Today, we're diving deep into one of Seth's teachings on telepathy. In this episode, we'll explore how telepathy operates all the time, how it works through emotional charges rather than physical forms, and most importantly, I'll guide you through a partner exercise so you can begin practicing it yourself. Whether you're new to the Seth material or a long-time explorer, this episode will leave you feeling more connected, more capable, and more empowered to engage with the greater reality you create. Hello, and welcome to the Seth Center podcast. I'm your host, David Selak, CEO of the Seth Center, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. Let's start with the foundation. Telepathy is the communication of thoughts or emotions between minds, regardless of distance. Seth tells us that telepathy operates constantly beneath physical perception. He elaborates that telepathy is the glue that holds the physical universe together so that anyone can agree upon what a particular object is or where it is at any given time. In addition, he states that telepathy is one method by which events are formed and perceived. This is such a beautiful and empowering idea. It means we're never truly isolated. Beneath the surface of our daily lives, there's this living, breathing web of connection that allows us to co-create and share a consistent reality. Seth, Jane, and Rob did numerous envelope experiments. This is how Seth explains his approach. From the early sessions, Book 7 of the Seth material, Session 286, September 14th, 1966. To me, a thought is an action. It is as valid a reality. There's no basic difference between telepathy and clairvoyance, as you term them. The emotional feelings connected with an item are as real to me as the item itself. It is these emotional charges that are interpreted and finally translated into physical terms. In other words, the emotional charges allow me to hunt for the item that you want me to identify. I do not begin with the item and reach outward. I identify first of all with the emotional realities, for these are the only basic realities to me. Then I form these into my interpretations of the item itself. Take a moment and really feel that. Seth doesn't start with the physical object. He tunes into the emotional signature first, the living, vibrant feeling tone. That's the key that unlocks genuine telepathic connection. To prepare us for our telepathy experiment, please consider the following information from Seth as well. From the early sessions, Book 2 of the Seth material, Session 45, April 20th, 1964. Telepathy involves, of course, a focusing of abilities and energy. The trouble is that when you are dealing with, say, the transmission of a picture, you are still dealing with camouflage. You will do better when you focus inwardly in a receptive manner, but without any inhibiting factor. That is when you are willing to receive whatever comes. Focusing upon a camouflage objective will give you a camouflage result. And this beautiful reminder from the Seth material. Chapter 14. First of all, Seth said, the physical universe itself is a conglomeration of diverse individualistic symbols, none of which means precisely the same thing to any two individuals, and in which even so-called basic qualities like color and placement in space cannot be relied upon. You merely focus upon the similarities. Telepathy could be called the glue that holds the physical universe in precarious position so that you can agree on the existence and properties of objects. You see, we're not trying to force mental pictures or guess correctly. We're learning to swim in the emotional currents that flow between us all. This shifts everything from effortful trying to joyful allowing. Now, let's move into the heart of today's episode, the practical integration. Here's the full experiment with telepathy you can begin right away. Find a willing partner to practice sending and receiving telepathic information by focusing on emotional charges and feeling tones rather than the physical object itself. Instructions. Schedule a session. Agree on a specific time, like 8 p.m. for 10 minutes, when both of you will be in a quiet, relaxed space. Decide who will be the sender first and who will be the receiver. You don't need to be in the same physical location. Preparation for both partners. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Seth emphasizes a receptive, non-forcing state. Sender's role. Think of a simple everyday object, such as an apple, key, candle, book, flower, coffee mug, feather, or coin. Do not focus on the visual image of the object. Instead, tune into the emotional charges connected to it. Ask yourself, what feelings, memories, or sensations does this object carry for me? What is the emotional tone or signature of this object? Warmth, nostalgia, excitement, comfort, mystery, playfulness, etc. Spend 2 to 4 minutes gently holding and amplifying those emotional feelings. Imagine broadcasting them like a subtle energy or atmosphere. Receiver's role. Sit quietly in a receptive state with no expectations. Silently say to yourself, I am willing to receive whatever comes through the emotional realities. Pay attention to any feelings, emotions, sensations, colors, words, or impressions that arise naturally. Do not try to guess the object. Just record whatever emotional tones or impressions come to you. After the transmission, both partners write down their experiences privately first, then share. Sender. What object did you choose and what emotional charges did you focus on? Receiver. What feelings, impressions, or sensations did you pick up? Switch roles and repeat if desired. I encourage you to try this experiment and share your experiences in the comments. Before we close, I want to share some beautiful resources that can support your journey with these teachings. If today's session resonated with you, I highly recommend the early sessions, Book 7 of the Seth material. This book challenges conventional views of cause and effect, emphasizing that consciousness is not confined to physical form and that reality is a dynamic interplay between inner perception and outer manifestation. Themes include root assumptions, anticipatory versus healthy fear, electromagnetic connections between thoughts, actions, and all systems, the multidimensional nature of the self, reincarnation, parallel lives, probable realities, out-of-body experiences, and projections. It also includes exercises to understand the symbolic language of dreams and to use imagination as a tool for establishing creativity and harmony in daily life. You can get your copy at sethcenter.com under Shop. If you're looking for ongoing support, please consider joining the Seth Explore Society. This is a vibrant community of curious adventurers where we apply the Seth materials together through online classes, events, and community activities. You'll enjoy a rich range of Seth-related content from dedicated teachers and, most of all, a supportive network of like-minded explorers. Join today and start connecting with your fellow creators. Finally, I want to highlight our Seth Audio subscription. This gives you access to the entire Seth Original audio collection, newly remastered and released one session at a time. Each month you'll receive a newly remastered class session, updated transcripts, and a curated path through the material. New audio drops on the first Wednesday of every month. It's the clearest, most affordable way to hear Jane Roberts channeling Seth in the original classes. Start your subscription today and receive instant access to the current session. And of course, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Seth Center for daily inspiration, exercises, and community updates. As we come to the end of this episode, remember, telepathy is not something rare or exotic. It is the natural language of consciousness. By practicing with emotional charges and receptive awareness, you are awakening to the greater connections that are always present. I invite you to try the partner exercise this week and notice what opens up for you. Share your experiences with us in the Seth Explore Society or on social media. Your insights help all of us grow. Thank you for joining me today. You are a powerful creator, and the universe is richer because you are in it. This is David Selak signing off from the Seth Center podcast. Until next time, create joyfully, explore courageously, and trust the inner self.